Good morning. Uh, as you all know, and we spoke with a lot of you last night, Little Rock obviously suffered serious damage over the course of the last 24 hours. And I'm unbelievably thankful for the incredible partnership that we have with both the mayor and members of our legislature from around this area. This group represents all of Central Arkansas and Little Rock, this area that was hit so hard, and very thankful for their willingness and the cooperation that we've had. Certainly, the fire station that is behind us has suffered just an unbelievable amount of damage, but I think the real story here isn't the damage that happened, but it's the heroes that were born out of the tragedy. And the fact that we have firefighters who, despite the fact that they had a tornado literally coming through their station, were worried about the community. That tells you who they are, and it tells you, I think, a lot about our state. And I'm so thankful and so proud of the heroic efforts of the firemen that are located here at this station, who, as the tornado came through, worked to protect and bring members of the community into a safe space. And as soon as it passed, immediately went to work caring for our community. That tells you who Little Rock is, that tells you who Arkansas is, and it's why I know and have every confidence that we will be back on our feet better and stronger than we ever have, in quick fashion. I've had the opportunity over the last couple of hours to speak with both the Homeland Security Secretary as well as President Biden, who have offered a tremendous amount of support. Anything that Arkansas needs, they have assured us that those resources will be here and on the ground, and we really appreciate their willingness to help Arkansas out from a city, a county, a state, and a federal perspective. I would say that everyone is working in total lockstep, and we're going to do everything we can to make sure the people of our state are back on their feet again. Mayor, would you like to say anything real quick?
Thank you, Governor Sanders. Again, what you see here today is the seamless communication across state, federal, and local, all working on one accord in our response and recovery for Little Rock, Central Arkansas, and of course the entire state. We continue to ask that everyone remain prayerful. We know faith without works is dead, and so there's going to be a lot of working going on between now and then, and we ask that everyone be patient as we're working to respond as quickly as possible to all the needs as we move forward together. Again, we're grateful for the federal government. Also was able to visit with Mr. President Biden, and he's assured Little Rock will have all the resources needed, in addition to, of course, the entire state of Arkansas, as he's been directly communicating with Governor Sanders. And do appreciate everyone. And clearly, when you see all of our Little Rock legislators here today with us, it shows the unity that we have as a state's capital city, but the unity of our entire state, as we know we work together on one accord for the best of all Arkansans.
Thank you. Do you guys have any questions? We'll take a couple questions if you have them.
What's the latest on number of fatalities around the state, injuries, and extent of damage?
Right now, we are have 5 confirmed fatalities. We have a couple of others that have been reported, but we do not have confirmation from local law enforcement on the ground, and so awaiting that. But right now, statewide, we have 5 confirmed fatalities.
You have a lot of people watching, wondering what they can do. How can people get involved, whether it's donations of services or goods?
There are a couple of organizations that we know of that are already on the ground and operational. The Red Cross here in Arkansas, as well as Samaritan's Purse, but also reaching out to your local county emergency management team is one of the best ways to help and get plugged into the needs that are very specific to your area. I'll let the mayor speak about the specific things that they have set up here in Little Rock, but from a statewide perspective, those are some of the best ways. You can also go to the Arkansas Department of Emergency Management website and donate directly and specify where you want that money to go to help a specific community, and you can do that for statewide. But Mayor Scott, if you want to.
From a Little Rock perspective, shortly after this press conference, we will share a live link for Little Rock Cares for any type of donations, for financial donations as it relates to supplies that are needed. We're going to be asking everyone to direct those supplies, and again, we'll have some order about what kind of supplies we need to be directed to 7000 Murray Drive, which is the Little Rock Fire Department Training Center. that's also our emergency operations center. So we'll give you some very strict directions, because we don't want to be flooded with too many things that we may not need, but also want to harness the servant's mindset of all Little Rock residents who want to help. Just please wait on us as we share the information again via social media and press release within the next hour or two. That'll go live, and we'll share that information.
Mayor, do you have a sense of just kind of ballpark figure how many homes destroyed, businesses, and kind of the timeline for rebuilding in Little Rock?
Sure. The men and women of Little Rock Police Department, as well as our fire department, we've recently shared the pathway of the tornado. What we deem to be at least 2,100 residents within the western portions of Little Rock and southwestern portion of Little Rock were impacted. We know from Energy Arkansas, 27 to 30,000 homes are without power. And so that lets you know, again, it's by the grace of God, no one's been impacted with fatality. However, we do know, as you see around here, many folks have been displaced and looking for a shelter. We're working towards that again. If someone's in need of shelter, we're asking you to go to Hall High School. We can get you that address later. Please go there as we're working towards that. Next question.
What's the on injuries right now? Do you have a sense of how many injuries statewide? And I know you had said last night that you don't expect the health nurses to be overwhelmed. Is that still the case?
As of right now, that's still the case. Like I stated last night, we have mobile healthcare units on the ground, as well as National Guard members assisting in WIN. Little Rock is still not at capacity at any of our hospitals, and we expect it to maintain under control here in Central Arkansas, and the resources that were needed in Eastern Arkansas have been provided. Certainly still expect a number of injuries to come up over the course of the next 24 hours, but feel like we're in a good place to handle the capacity that there is right now. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
So there you go. You've just heard from the governor of Arkansas, Sanders, as well as Little Rock Mayor Frank Scott Jr., both speaking that they both have spoken with President Joe Biden, and he has promised federal resources for not only the city of Little Rock, but the state of Arkansas as well.
And as you know, we've told you before, as of this morning now, the governor has declared this a state of emergency in Arkansas, which brings resources along with it. But the mayor and governor now confirming that soon there will be a live online resource available for people to go to find out things like, how do I volunteer, or where do I go for such help, or any information you may wish to know. I believe the mayor, Hayden, said it would be up live within the next 2 to 3 hours.
Yes, and we are getting ready to head back to Scott Covert this morning, who is live with Little Rock Mayor Frank Scott Jr. Scott, I want to send it to you and the mayor.
Curious, from your perspective, what do you think the single most need is right now for those impacted here in Little Rock?
I think right now we're all focused on getting power back to the residents, so any displacement is short-lived. We applaud the men and women of Energy Arkansas and all that they're doing. As you know, it's somewhere around 30,000 residents without power. We ask anyone who does not have shelter to please go to Hall High, and we'll work with you there from that period of time.
Mayor, you spoke with President Biden this morning. Can you tell us more about that conversation?
He wanted to reassure Little Rock that the U.S. government was fully behind Arkansas State Capital City, of course, the entire state, that whatever resources that we may need, that we would have it, and that it would go all stop to ensure that we're successful in this recovery.
Are you aware of any specific resources that either the city has made to the federal government?
As of right now, we're working with FEMA to ensure that whatever we needed to be reimbursed for, we'll get reimbursement. Right now, we're not focused on the bureaucracy, we're just focused on the recovery.
Can you describe yesterday from your perspective as you watched this track through your beloved city?
It is unbelievable, and again, by the grace of God, no one died. Clearly, it's devastating to see the impact across the entire city and what was able to happen in a matter of minutes. We're mission focused on recovery and rebuilding as a city because we are Little Rock strong.
Do you have any update on injuries in the city of Little Rock?
No injuries at this point in time that we're aware of. Clearly, we know that there were about 24 to 30 individuals that went to the hospital. Again, grace of God that we haven't had mass impact.
Mayor, thanks so much, and our thoughts with you in the coming days.
Thank you. Pray for us.
Yeah. So there you've heard from Little Rock Mayor Frank Scott Jr., who just spoke alongside the governor about their coordinated response efforts here. The coordination extends from the local county level all the way up to the highest of heights of the federal government, with President Biden placing phone calls to both of those leaders here this morning. And so certainly a fluid situation here in West Little Rock. Now that the governor likely departing, her staff remains, legislators remain touring the damage and recovery. That continues. I'm seeing several volunteer groups. New Life Church has some folks here as well. They're going door to door, assisting just with whatever they can, which is often just manpower, picking up some limbs, some trees, debris, sorting through belongings, salvaging what can be salvaged.
Sometimes just a hug. too.
Yeah, there you go. Well, you heard it from the mayor himself. By the grace of God, nobody died in the city of Little Rock last night.
Incredible. Scott, while we have you there, as they finish up, is the governor now going to other places that have been hit hard by this tornado?
She did not discuss her travel plans for today. I would suspect she will be making a visit at some point to the other hard impacted areas, not just in central Arkansas, but of course in eastern parts of the state as well. Of course, Wynne, Arkansas took a pretty tough hit. I got to tell you, it's somewhat tough to hear out here. There's numerous choppers flying around that I believe are a part of the damage survey efforts that are ongoing.
Scott Covert, you have not only been with us this morning, you were with us yesterday morning, you were with us all day yesterday. Thank you so much, buddy. We love you. We appreciate you. And again, I can't thank you enough.
You
You're the
saved
best.
lives, you guys.
You're the best.
This is home.
And we appreciate it, Scott. You and the weather team, phenomenal job of warning people and saving people.
Well, Corrales, I want to send it over to you now and what we're hoping and excited for, a peaceful and calm Saturday.
Yeah, it's definitely much needed. It's like the calm after the storm. It gives us a few days to kind of gather our senses of just really what's been going on. So looking at your weekend outlook, we're going to see quiet weather persist into your Saturday and Sunday. And we do have the chance for some showers Sunday night. But unfortunately, this risk for severe weather still in place for Tuesday and Wednesday. Already seeing an elevated risk this far out in the forecast outlook for parts of the state once again from the Storm Prediction Center. So this is what we're seeing in terms of the rain chances, mainly Tuesday and into Wednesday as our next storm system pushes a cold front. The timing and the specifics of this still not set in stone, but as of right now, this could be happening throughout Tuesday afternoon and evening and into the overnight hours, wrapping up sometime Wednesday morning. So of course, stay with us here on THV 11 for the latest updates on that, just because we're going to be entering another active weather pattern, another active weather trend really for the season. Here's a look at that extended forecast. It's another warm up. We'll be seeing those highs around 80s, but yeah, bouts of some showers and storms in the picture. Not what we want to hear after already what we dealt with on yesterday. So just be weather aware.
Be weather aware.
Yes.
It's a great reminder. A great reminder as always. And we want to thank you so much for watching our live extended coverage for the past nearly 5 hours now.